have to be closer to plug in. Hello everyone, I am Voice of SES student meteorologist and Voice of SES reporter Cameron Kirkendall. I'm here today at the State of the District Address, hosted by our very own Superintendent Dr. Joris M. I'm here today with Miss Stephanie Love, representing District 3 here in Shelby County Schools. How are you doing, Ms. Love?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for this interview. When we think about reimagining the 901, what do you think is our major priority in terms of re-envisioning education?
So for me, the major one would be making sure that we have buildings that are conducive to the learning environment in every zip code inside of the Shelby County School District.
Yes, ma'am, most definitely, to have true representation across the board. When we think about going 5, maybe even 10 years in the future, what is your vision for SES?
My vision for SES is a school district that is creative, that caters to the academic, social, and emotional needs of all children in Shelby County Schools, where we thrive to support our children, where we achieve the greatest academic success across the state of Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am, that's most definitely the end goal. And lastly, what kind of opportunities do you think needs to be offered as we try to get more opportunities for our students?
I think all of our students need access to a rigorous curriculum. All of our students need access to AP classes that will most definitely push them. But I also think all of our children need the mental support that they have continuously asked for across the years. Our students need buildings where they're happy to go in. They need teachers that are there and grateful to greet them. But most important, they need to know that the people in position care about them.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us on today. Thank you so much for tuning in. But for now, I'm Voice of SES student meteorologist Cameron Kirkendall. Thank you so much.
Y'all kill it. Stephanie! Yeah. So when Stan said, ladies and gentlemen, I need to make sure he says that they can tell me.
Hey.
That's the flag. Okay, you can take it down.
Hey, Jared, are we gonna play the Neil Harris video? The guy talking Neil Harris?
Yeah, they can play that now.
You wanna do it now?
Yeah. What's the name people need to turn it down though? What's the name people need to turn it down? Let's stop.
I'm Haley Henderson here at the State of the District Address student reporter. I'm here with Miss Glenn, the CEO of Peer Power. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Haley. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just want to ask you a couple of questions and then I'll let you right about on. Miss Glenn, can you tell me what you're hoping to hear today at this address?
Haley, I'm just excited to be here with all the people, hundreds of people in a room, in the middle of a pandemic and COVID, to talk about the importance of education and the things that we've learned over the last year that we can keep adapting and keep helping children learn and grow.
Yes, ma'am. So when you're saying learn and grow, we're talking about reimagining 901, the community, the education, the district. Can you tell me what you're hoping to see about this?
Yes, ma'am. At Peer Power, we work with Shelby County Schools to place. We hire college students, train them up as tutors, and then we place them in the high schools in Shelby County Schools. So I'm hoping that we will be able to hire more tutors, get into more high schools, and help children, with math, science, and English, especially as it relates to ACT testing. ACT testing is so vital. So just hoping that we can dedicate and deploy more resources to help us with that.
Thank you for your time today, Ms. Glenn. Once again, I'm Haley Henderson.
I graduated from the Honorable White Station High School class of 1995. Now, thanks for spotlighting me today at the State of the District. When I reimagine education, schools, and communities in the Shelby County that I grew up in, I think of a day of old when students studied and labored to go find a career. I see now that the students studying in labor is going to have careers coming for them. By me owning a placement service with my wife called Prestigious Placement here in Memphis, we have so many companies coming here with careers set to go, and they just need people to be willing to be trained. And I see now that Shelby County Schools is on the cutting edge of training according to the careers that are coming to our students. That's the way I reimagine 901 Shelby County Schools.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the second annual Shelby County Schools State of the District Address. We will begin in 5 minutes. If you're just entering, please check with our volunteers to find your appropriate table. And today is an exciting day as we hear about the future of Shelby County Schools.
Hello, SCS. I am Voice of SCS student meteorologist and student reporter Cameron Kirkendall, here today with Reverend Dr. Keith Norman. Dr. Norman, how are you doing today?
I'm well. Thank you so much for asking.
Yes, sir. Thank you for agreeing to this interview with us today. So, what do you do in our community?
Well, I serve as Vice President of Government Relations for Baptist Memorial Healthcare. We've been a leader throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. As well, I serve as the senior pastor of over 6,000 members of the First Baptist Church, Broad Avenue.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your incredible work to our community in both the faith and healthcare community. So, when it comes to our students and what we do for our students, how important is it to address their health and their social and emotional wellness?
It is extremely important. The whole person needs to be addressed, and we need to consider children as people, as a part of our community. Oftentimes, we aim health care and spiritual wellness towards adults, but it is also extremely important that we focus on children. As we re-engage in our society, we are reimagining this thought along with Shelby County Schools 901.
Yes, sir, I agree with that. And speaking of reimagining, what do we need to do here in the 901 to reimagine education for our students, teachers, stakeholders, and parents too?
I believe that the corporate as well as faith communities need to come alongside Dr. Ray and all of his vision and to work wholeheartedly as we roll up our sleeves. Children are 100% of the future, and so we need to make sure that we put all of our efforts engaged in their spiritual wellness and their physical wellness.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you so much for stopping by with us today here at Voice of SCS. Thank you to everyone who's viewing out there. Until next time, I'm Voice of SCS student meteorologist Cameron Kirkendall.
Good morning. This is Micah Bell, SCS student reporter, coming to you live from the State of the District Address for Shelby County Schools. Today, I'm here with board member Miska Clay Bibbs. How are you doing today?
I'm well today. Excited to be here to represent Shelby County Schools as board chair. This is one of our visions that has been executed, and beyond proud that today is happening.
All right, I see that you are very excited for today. So what are you excited for to be touched on by Dr. Ray today?
I think more importantly for us as a board, we just want to make sure the community understands that who we are and also all the things and successes that we've had during such unprecedented times, and understanding that we are working, we are pushing, and we love our students and families.
All right, so last time I'm going to ask you one last question so you can get into there and enjoy the address. So what do you see our district in 5 to 10 years?
Oh, I mean, I think we're definitely going to be exactly where we say we're going to be, which is achieving in literacy, achieving in higher graduation rates, and also just more importantly being a stronger community partner, because we know we're all in this work together.
Thank you so much, Board Chair. This is Micah Bell reporting to you live. Thank you.
Look amazing. Welcome to the second annual Shelby County School State of the District, hosted by the Shelby County Board of Education and the Superintendent Dr. Joris M. And now your host, Mr. Stan, the man, Bell.
Say it right. Stan Bell, serving you well. Somebody finish it while I help her. And pushing more power than a Duracell. Thank you, Maya. Woo-wee. I'm going to do it like this, y'all. And as a courtesy, I'm going to take my mask and keep it over here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hola. Buenos dias, amigos. Everybody excited? Well, my name is Stan Bell, serving you well, and pushing more power than a Duracell. Big shout out to Shelby County Schools. Come on, give it up. SCS. Now, let me let you know how we're going to do this. There are 5 important words for the morning that you will hear throughout the program. Innovation, determination, pride, heart, and soul. All right, maybe a pop quiz later on. Who remembers the 5 words? Here we go. Innovation, come on. Determination, pride, heart, and soul. Now, the underlying motif, as you probably already know, is reimagining, not reimaging, although it's similar. Reimagining 901. Did you see the beautiful lights outside? Reimagining 901. It was so beautiful as we walked in. Yes. And later today, you will hear a lot about just that. How we will show resiliency in an unprecedented time, how we can reimagine our district, and of course, the 901. So I will be your agenda guide for this morning. Before we go any further, I'd like to shout out a little bit of protocol here before we go any further. The board members are in the building. Board members. You hear the superintendent affectionately call them the boss, the dynamic school board. Come on, District 1. Do I have District 1 in the house? District 1, Michelle Robinson McKissick. Michelle's in the house. I feel like doing a roll call up here. Michelle's in the house with the roll call. District 2 is the bishop in the building. Althea Green, she's out on a little leave. She's mending. She's mending, but she's probably cooking too. There's the inside one there. She's mending. District 3, Stephanie, love, crazy love. I ain't mean to say it like that. Somebody said, I said it right. Crazy love. I'm going to play that for you later on today. District 3, the one and only board member, Stephanie Love. Quattro, District 4. Come on. Is Brother Woods in the building? Pretty boy. Come on, Kevin. Kevin Wood, what's up, pretty boy? District 4, the one and only board member, Kevin Woods. Come on, District 5, the great Shalia Harris in the building. Come on, wave at him and give him a high five like District 5. Come on. One of our newest board members. Come on, 6. Sister Avan, is she in the building? Is she mending or is she cooking? What is Shantae? Shantae's got a man at home. Don't tell I sang that for her. Some of y'all look at me like, okay, what's that? District 6, Shantae Avant. District 7, the number of completion. Come on, somebody, show me Miska, Clay, Bibbs. I love take time with these board members. Come on, Bibbs. Hampton's in the house. Now it's TSU's in the house. Langston's in the house with the roll call. Come on. Got the pearls, you rocking your thing, you doing it, girl. Mr. Clay Bibbs, District 7, that's the number of completion. The buck stops right there. District 8, coach here, where's District 8? Is he representing? He's out of town too, he's out of town, unexcused absence. Say his name. Billy Orgel, that's right, Billy Orgel. We're gonna show him love in his absence. Give it up, yeah, show him love. Billy, board member, Billy Orgel in the building. And finally, District number 9, Board Member Doris Coleman. I know she here. I know you here, girl. Number 9, looking fine. Go on, sister. Joyce Doris Coleman, representing District 9. And our illustrious board members, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for what you do for the district. Thank you. You know, it was Marion Elliman Wright who said it best. She is the president of the Children's Defense Fund. She said, service is the rent we pay for living and not something we do in our spare time. So thank you, board members, for your service. And to the school leaders, of course, the Honorable Dr. Joris M, Superintendent of this district, the largest district in the state of Tennessee. Yeoman's job. Dr. Ray, where's Dr. Ray, by the way? Is he? He's going to do, there he is, Dr. Ray in the building. J.M. Ray, thank you so much. We anticipate words of wisdom. We anticipate your words. We anticipate your address this morning. To all of our school leaders, to all of our teachers, to those of you who are stakeholders, to all of the administrators who may be here. I did see some principals as we kind of worked the room earlier. Thank you for being a part of the State of the District Address. This is 2021, Reimagining 901. With that being said, I thought I had, I don't know where my notes, but I think it's time now. Dr. Barker, yeah, there you go. I always give my cliff notes to Dr. Barker. Thank you, sir. It is time now, if you will, get a little serious. We're going to have our national anthem and the pledge, which will be done by Shiloh Sanders, who is here representing Germantown High School, home of the Red Devils. Is Shiloh here? Come on up if you are. Is she ready? Is she posted up? Yes, she is. To my right, to my right. All right, Shiloh will come now. Shiloh Sanders, pledge a national anthem, Germantown High School. All right.
Good morning. Oh, say,
please stand.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
Woo! You got a brand? All right. Shiloh's in the house. All right. Show us some love. They got the soup coming up showing love and deference and all of that stuff. One more time, y'all. Germantown High School, Shiloh Sanders, the pledge of national anthem. You may be seated. All right, before we go any further, we would like to shout out our elected officials who are in the building this morning. If we have county commissioners and if we have the mayors, we would like for you to please stand if you're in the building at this time. Come on. Yeah, they are. Who we see? Commissioner Brooks, come on, stand up. Oh, I see my school leaders. I see Commissioner Brooks, I see you over there. Mayor Lee Harris, Ms. Strickland in the house and other administrators, thank you so much for your service and what you do. Thank you for being here and accepting the invitation to be with us on our State of the District Address 2021. You know, this is the second one. This is the second. It says better the second time around. Anybody remember that? Second time around. That's old, so you got to be at least 40 to know about that song. Shalimar, in case you were wondering. So we're doing it virtually, so a shout out to those of you who are watching at home, at work, at the workplace, and those of you who are watching virtually from wherever you are. We are streaming on several different platforms. Thank you to the Broadcast Services Department of Shelby County Schools. Thank you so much. We're streaming this out live so that you can see this, you can hear, you can understand what this is all about. And to those who are here at the Hilton, thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting the invitation to be with us for our second State of the District Address. Now, I'm moving forward because I'm thinking state of the art because I'm thinking about New Alcee Elementary School. I'm thinking about state of the art, 21st century. My mind is moving fast. So with that being said, I want to introduce some of our students who attend the New Alcee Elementary. We just had a ribbon cutting. They're coming this way now. Hola, come on up, ven aquí. Yeah, come on up, come on. Thank you to Talia Palacio helping us out. Tell you who they are. They're going to introduce some board members, a board member, and they're going to also say a few words. So I introduce Malik Pratcher and Yoselin Nualsko, two dynamic students from the New Alcee Elementary. Here you hit them.
Buenos días. Somos del Alcee Elementary. Gracias para estar aquí hoy en el estado de los Ristos.
Hello, we are so happy to be joining you today to introduce a very special lady who helped bring the vision of our new school in the Alcee community to life, Ms. Clay Bibbs. Ms. Clay Bibbs has served on the board since 2014. Every day she works toward leaving a legacy of servant leadership behind. She believes that a zip code should not dictate the quality of education a child receives, no matter where a child lives in the community. It is her mission to provide the best education possible. She has won several awards for her great work in Shelby County and has been a true champion for schools, students, and employees in our district. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our school board chair, Ms. Clay Bibbs. Woo! How you doing?
Good morning. Thank you to Malik and Yoselin for doing such a great job. We just had a ribbon cutting for the new Alcee Elementary, and they were phenomenal last week, so I invited them to join us today because I think it's good for them to see exactly what the adults do in order to make sure that they get what they need. As Stan Bell mentioned, this is our second annual State of the District Address. The State of the District has been a long-time vision of this board, so thank you, Dr. Ray, for executing today. When I think about everything that has happened over the last year, I'm filled with joy and pride as I reflect on just how strong our community is. The phrase, "We are 901," has never been more true than when we all stepped up to help our neighbors through all of these challenging times. As a district, we were able to pivot quickly during the unprecedented times while grappling with the racial injustices that were and still are happening daily. The school board has worked closely with the superintendent to ensure no stone is left unturned as we strive to prepare our students for academic success and to become prepared for life. At this time, I know that Stan Bell acknowledged my colleagues, but I wouldn't be able to stand here today without their support. So please give them another round of applause. The work we do hasn't been easy, but we've seen many successes, including the implementation of a robust policy to ensure students reach reading readiness before the 3rd grade, becoming a trauma-responsive district that builds and maintains supportive learning environments for all students while providing social-emotional growth support. I'm especially proud of the actions taken as a district to bridge the digital divide. Thanks to the amazing work of the board, superintendent, and staff, every child in Shelby County Schools has a computer or laptop. This has been a long-time vision of the board, and we're just excited that we were able to execute. As we reflect on successes and challenges from the years past, we recognize that this is a time to reimagine the way we deliver education in the 901. Our work has already begun, but it's time for us to move forward, full speed ahead. When we talk about reimagining 901, we're talking about reimagining schools, communities, and education, because the future of our students starts now. We're making sure our students are able to compete in this ever-changing global society when they graduate. But we cannot do it alone. With the help of community partners, district staff, students, and families, we're able to see our vision for the future of education become a reality. I'm so excited to be on this journey with my fellow colleagues, Dr. Ray, and all of you. Thank you for joining us this morning. I look forward to our continued partnership in moving Shelby County Schools forward. I'm looking forward to hearing what Dr. Ray has to say. On a side note, I'm so proud of District 7 representing this morning. We also have a high school student for Oak Haven High School, which is District 7. So hey, District 7 is showing out this morning. Thank you.
All righty, that's our board chair representing District 7. One more time for Mr. Clay Bibbs, everyone. Shout out. International Paper in the building. Where are you? International IP, all employees, International Paper, our presenting sponsors, much love to you. You know, look, we just want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you. We could not do this without you. And also, our technologies company, where are they? One of our other sponsors from technologies. I think it's Youth Technologies. Any other sponsors here, please wave your hand. Just want to let you know we appreciate you. We could not do this without you. And we appreciate you, okay? I'm just looking, giving them time, okay, to make sure. All right. Do want to say this. And the reason why we show so much love to our presenting sponsors and those who help us, you know, the two most important words are thank you. Most important word is we. Least important, I. We thank you so much, International Paper, for your continual support and all that you do, and those who always help when we say, look, we need some assistance. And Dr. Ray assists the aims and purposes of not only colleges and universities, but high schools. So thank you, IP, for all that you do for the 901. Okay. Again, thank you to those of you who are watching at home, at your workplace, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us for this second State of the District address. We are glad that you're watching, and we know that you will walk away and say, yes, I want to become an educational change agent. I want to be a change agent. The takeaway should be that. How are we going to reimagine this district, the 901? So we thank you for watching and viewing from all over our city, all over our county, all over our state, and nationwide. Thank you again to the Voice of SCS for broadcasting this out on the streams. Thank you, Mr. Best, and to your wonderful crew. Thank you so much, Erica Phillips, Chief of Communications, for all that you do, and to your staff and to your team. We appreciate you, and again, thanks for watching. We're now up to music. Musical performance for one of our own special choirs. At this time, I want you to enjoy a musical selection by the district choir. They will come now and render us a selection, and then we will move right into our address, and then we'll watch a video. Thank you so much.
We will call
right. Our district choir, come on, give it up one more time. District choir, Dr. Drew Davison. I know you had something to do with that, no doubt. Thank you so much. Speaking of music, everyone, we've got to give a big shout out to the Central High School, who were recently selected as one of 15 in the country to be finalists to attend the Essentially Ellington Jazz Festival in New York. I think Ollie Liddell is here. Ollie, if you're still here, and the band from Central High School, Mr. McCullough, Executive Principal of Memphis Central High School, thank you for all that you do. Greg McCullough, thank you so much, man, for your leadership, man. And I know you're proud of your students, the jazz band of Central High School. Something about music that is so universal. Thank you to the choir, as you saw virtually, a wonderful job, a yeoman's job. Thank you so much. Well, we are up now to the State of the District address, which you've been waiting for. I see all of you who are looking, and you're waiting to hear what the superintendent has to say, me as well. I see you, Dr. Whitelaw. Thank you so much for all that you do, Dr. Angela Whitelaw, not Low, law, the law. What's up, Pep? I see you, Pep. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce a student who's going to come up and have the wonderful task to bring up the leader of Shelby County Schools. Would you please welcome from Oak Haven High School, home of the Hawks, Desmond Dixon in the building to introduce the Honorable Joris M. Ray. Come on, Des. His mama is here too. Mama, would you stand up? I know you proud, Mama. Go on, Miss Dixon. Hey. Who does that? Introduce the superintendent. So please welcome Desmond Dixon, Oak Haven High School, home of the Hawks.
Welcome. My name is Desmond Dixon, a senior student at Oak Haven High School. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our Superintendent, Dr. Joris M. Ray, a man who truly needs no introduction. Dr. Ray is the leader of the largest school district in Tennessee and the 23rd largest district in the nation. He is a servant leader and a product of a great district where he once attended as a student and begun his career as a teacher, eventually rising through the ranks to become superintendent. Dr. Ray's motto for all children is dream, stand, believe, and achieve with courage. And he brings his motto to life every single day for students of Shelby County Schools. He has implemented game-changing programs and initiatives to improve the lives of academic futures for thousands of students, no matter which neighborhood they call home. Dr. Ray has received distinguished awards and national recognition for his outstanding leadership, including being named a finalist for the 31st Annual Green Garner Award for Urban Superintendent of the Year. He has also received the Friend of Children Award for the Tennessee Association of Social School Workers. Dr. Ray has been recognized as West Tennessee's Supervisor of the Year from the Tennessee Principals Association and has been consecutively named one of the top 100 influential people in Memphis from the Memphis Business Journal, His leadership is well respected across the country. He has represented our schools district on national news outlets and educational seminars. His leadership is well respected. As you hear him say often, the ability to lead is reflective of the steadfast support of our national award-winning school board. His hard work is tried and true. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you our illustrious superintendent, the presiding prelate of Shelby County Schools, Dr. Joris M. Ray.
Thank you, Desmond. Thank you, Desmond. Good morning, Shelby County Schools family. We got to get some energy in here today. Too quiet for me. I'm saying it again. Good morning, Shelby County Schools family. We're here live at the Hilton, Memphis. And I want to thank those watching on our streaming platforms. I'm proud to say that after a very challenging year leading through the pandemic, through all the calls and emails and conversations with students, parents, teachers, and our awesome school board members, and I can't forget about our legislators, I can tell you this one thing: the state of the district is strong. Strong, stronger than ever. Who would have imagined that when I gave the state of the district last year in 2020, that only a few weeks later, just a few weeks later, we would have to make an unprecedented decision to shutter schools for in-person learning due to a pandemic. It was one of the toughest decisions the school board and I had to make. And especially doing it when no other school district in Tennessee had yet closed their doors. But my first priority has always been to keep our students safe. So I want to show this short video. I remember doing this at home. And I remember calling Jericho. I said, hey, I got to speak to the people. I got to speak to our community. This is the first video that we made talking about the COVID-19 journey.
When our community faces troubling times, we are courageous. When despair hits close to home, we are resilient. Although we aren't in school buildings, we are still together. The students, families, teachers, staff, and community partners of Shelby County Schools support one another and fight fear with facts. We may not know how long this will last. We may not know what will happen next, but what we do know is, no matter what, we are 9 on 1. Coronavirus will not defeat us. Our students will get through this stronger. Our families will persevere, even when faced with hardships. Our teachers and support staff will remain committed. We are, and we will always be together for our children, together for our employees, together for Memphis and Shelby County. We are 901.
Man. And I did that video, and I remember being sick doing that video. While we all have mourned the loss of normalcy, many of us have lost someone close to us, a family member, a friend, a coworker, a neighbor. Some of us have lost people during this unparalleled time in our lives. I want to take a moment of silence to remember 1,500 Shelby County residents and over 550,000 Americans who have died as a result of COVID-19. Please pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. As we think about all we've lost, let us also reflect on the wisdom and innovation that we gained together. Who would have imagined, I did, that tens of thousands of learning packets we distributed throughout March and April would have been the lifeline for learning to conclude last school year? Who would have imagined that? Who would have imagined that through innovation of our teachers, and our teachers are angels. I see some over here now. How you doing, Miss Cook? Miss Cook she was my son's 4th grade teacher. But who would have imagined through innovations and the partnerships of Voice of Shelby County Schools, or Voices of SES, WMC Action News 5, and WKNO, that we could produce hours of TV lessons safely to reach students in their homes all across Shelby County? Who would have thought that more than 2 million meals served during this time? That's huge. Now let me say this. Many people don't know this, but during that time, our Central Nutrition Center, the Friday before, we had to shut it down. The Friday before, us started to serve meals that Monday. And I was at a press conference, and I begged the community to support us. And without moment's notice, the YMCA, Chartwell, the University of Memphis all came forward, right? Our students and families did not miss a meal. That's why we're stronger together. Who could have imagined that we would have distributed more digital devices and hotspots in a matter of weeks? We trained over 6,000 teachers, district staff on Microsoft Teams platforms, over 95,000 devices distributed in 4 weeks, right here in Shelby County. We did it together. That's why we're stronger together. That's amazing. We did this together. Then we were called upon to ensure our teachers, to ensure that they were vaccinated. We worked with the state, Shelby County government, because it was imperative that our teachers and school-based staff, they were vaccinated before we started school or reopened school in person. Because we started school August 31st, let me be clear. Before we reopened for in-person learning March the 1st, we wanted to ensure that our teachers and school-based staff members were vaccinated. Now let me say this. More than 8,000 vaccines administered to educators, partners, and families. Where's Patrice? Chief of Staff. Patrice Thomas, working with Valerie Matthews and the team, set up a system like none other. I think people learn from us. Vaccinated over 8,000 people. We're educators. We're not healthcare providers. But you do what you gotta do for your family. We're stronger together. All right? Who would have imagined that my closing statement at a press conference last year would take root across Shelby County and become somewhat of a district mantra? I've had people to come up to me in the grocery store and different places that I attend to repeat this to me. And especially during my visits to schools. You guys know it, say it with me. We're stronger together. Coronavirus will not defeat us because we are 901. And we are indeed stronger together. And coronavirus will not and did not defeat us. Today will be my last time repeating that phrase as we reimagine our district in this normal time. We're stronger together. We are resilient. And what we have the most is our resilient school board members, the best school board in the nation. When coronavirus took us away and took away the opportunity to gather in person, our board quickly adapted and they held virtual meetings, right? I want to personally thank each and every one of my school board members for their steadfast support of my leadership. They allowed me to lead, and I appreciate that. A lot of superintendents can't say that. A lot of superintendents around the nation can't say that. I just want to thank my award-winning school board. Let's give them a round of applause. Because we couldn't have done this work without them. So I want to take a look, and let's take a look as our board reimagines their advocacy in Shelby County schools.
My name is Miska Clay Bibbs, and I'm a Shelby County School Board member who happens to be the chair. I represent District 7. As a school board member, it's our duty to advocate for the students and families of Shelby County schools. We care about our students, we are passionate about their education, and we want all of our families to have all of the resources that they need in order to achieve academic success. That's why we launched SCS Board Cares.
I'm Michelle Robinson McKissick from District 1, and I care so deeply about equity for our district, making sure that every student, every child within Shelby County Schools has the tools that they need to succeed.
I'm Reverend Althea Green, representing District 2 with Shelby County Schools. I'm passionate about the work that I do in this community. I'm passionate about the education of all students and that we also support them with mental health issues. I'm passionate about educators and the work that they do in this district every day. But I'm really passionate about is supporting my only employee, and that is Dr. Ray, and the awesome work that he is doing in moving this district forward.
My name is Stephanie Love, representing District 3. And what matters to me the most is you, parents. I am here to work with you to ensure your children's academic needs, social and emotional needs, and anything related to education is met. I see myself in you. From a parent to a parent, I see you, I hear you, I am you. You matter.
Kevin Woods from District 4 here, and I want to make sure that this year is a year for student achievement. We're showing you that we care by making sure that every student has a new computer for virtual learning, by expanding and improving our pre-K programs, and by building new 21st century learning environments for our students. Let's continue to work together to make sure that our teachers, students, and parents know that we care.
My name is Shalia Harris, representing District 5.
I strongly believe that if we take care of our children, the whole city will rise. We're focused on providing our educators with the tools they need, and we strive to ensure every family has a quality school in their neighborhood.
My name is Shantae Avan, and I represent District 6. As a board member, I care deeply about our students, our families, and our teachers of our great district. It is my commitment that we will continue to provide the resources needed to support the academic needs of our students, but also the basic needs of our families.
I'm Billy Orgel, school board member, District 8, and I care about Shelby County Schools because we have such wonderful parents, teachers, and especially our wonderful students. And what we do here at Shelby County Schools is going to make a difference in our community going forward. So this board member says thank you for all you do for our children.
My name is Joyce Doris Coleman, Shelby County School Board Member, District 9. I am passionate about making sure that all of our children receive a quality education in a nurturing and loving environment and showing love and support during these times.
We want you to know that the Shelby County Board of Education is here for you. Your SES board cares, and together we can achieve anything.
Stronger together. I want to thank our amazing school board. Again, thank you so much. Thank you. We've learned that Shelby County Schools educators believe in the hard work and they can do anything, right? Do you not believe that? They're angels. They're angels. The ingenuity, creativity, and perseverance of our teachers, principals, staff, and families are the reason we were able to successfully transition to virtual learning in such a short time period. It has been hard work for sure, but nobody brings the hard work like our Shelby County Schools educators, right? Let's give a big round of applause. We have some amazing teachers, principals, and educators. But I want to talk about the bright spots of Shelby County Schools, because oftentimes you hear in the media not so much or not so many bright spots. But let's talk about the bright spots of Shelby County Schools. Again, our Shelby County School Board was recognized as the 2020 Council of Urban Boards of Education as the National School Board of the Year. Let's give them a big round of applause, right? I'm so excited about our universal screening program. So what we did was we want to give every child an opportunity for CLUE. And that's our Creative Learning Unique Environment Program, Classes of Rigor. We wanted to ensure that all students, and all means all here in Shelby County, got that opportunity. By doing that, we increased our CLUE program by 600 plus students since 2019. So our early childhood students, they're consistently outperforming on the kindergarten readiness standards. That's amazing, right? So pre-K matters. And so it's important to be in the community. It's important that we get help from the community. And I'm proud to say we have nearly 6,000 volunteers, including 600 community partners. Many of them are here today. Thank you so much. Our suspension rates, they've declined over the last 4 years from 2016 to 2020. We're going to treat students right. We're going to hold them accountable, but we're going to treat them right. There's no better place than school for our students. We're going to keep. I'm proud to say the community confidence in Shelby County Schools is at its all-time high. 87% of the survey respondents, they agreed that our school district, we're on track to improve student achievement. We need the community to believe in us, right? We need the community to believe in us. And I must say the amazing work from our human resource chief, Yolanda Martin. We've decreased attrition. We've decreased attrition from 17.3% to 13.6%. We're keeping our teachers in the classroom. Now, we have some areas of opportunity. I want to be honest with that. We got some things that we need to do, we can improve on. Our district graduation rate declined in 2020. We got to do better. The percentage of students earning 21 or higher on the ACT has not improved since 2017. We got to do better. The percentage of K-1 students in a bottom quartile for reading increased from 2019 to 2020. We got to do better. And you've heard the community talk about learning loss, learning loss, learning loss. I see them as learning opportunities for our students. We got to do better. Our students and teachers and staff, we've gone through so much over the last year. We have to ensure social and emotional learning supports are there for our students. We have to take care of their mental well-being. Also, an area of opportunity is internet connectivity. We have internet deserts right here in Shelby County. We got to do better. We've learned about areas of opportunity in our communities, and we've seen that internet connectivity is a challenge for many families. So broadband providers, we tried to offer hotspots, and we tried to reduce monthly internet service. We're doing all that we can for our families. Now I want to take us on a brief journey with 5 Shelby County Schools graduates whose stories tell us about our past and our school district. Their profiles are also featured at the center of your table. Let's talk about them. Ms. Sharnisa Tutwiler. She's from a single mother, graduated in 2010 in the top 25 of her class from Southwind High School. She's currently a pharmacist, right? These are our students. And her motto is, you control your destiny, no one else. You control your destiny. Please join me and celebrate Dr. Tutwiler. If she's here, wave your hand. We all know this young man. Again, I just want to profile our students. 2019 valedictorian. This young man and family was homeless. He's currently an honor student at Tennessee State University, majoring in engineering, right? He believes your location is not a limitation. Your location is not a limitation. And you'll hear us talking about quality education throughout all zip codes, all right? Next young man, graduate of Central High School. He's driven by service and strong family values. He's studying at Yale University, right? And he serves as Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer for Memphis Academy Charter School. Trying your best now makes you stronger in the future. These are our students, our graduates. You don't hear about that on the news, right? I want to spotlight Sylvia Castellano, born in Venezuela. She had to overcome a language barrier. Ms. Richardson, I'm quite sure ESL helped her. And she graduated in 2011. She earned a degree from the University of Memphis. All right? And she's proud, she's a proud first-year science teacher. Where? Right here in Shelby County Schools. And she's driven by high expectations. Last but not least, this young man, parent. His parents were blind. He attended 10 different schools before moving to Memphis. 10. He graduated valedictorian of Melrose High School in 2015. The Melrose High School. Ms. Coleman, I hear you. Get me straight. Currently a senior software engineer with Stanford High Performance Computing Center at Stanford University. His motto is do whatever it takes with whatever you have. These are students right here in Shelby County. So these outstanding alumni and thousands more have asked us to get to the business of rethinking everything we do as a school district. A process we are launching right here today as we reimagine and as we reimagining 901. But first, let's talk about the state of the district, where we are now, where we need to go together. We're going to move the needle. We're no longer going to be a school district of intervention. No longer are mergers, demergers, and achievement gaps going to define 901. We are rewriting our history, and it starts today with student achievement. But I don't know why, but it seems like every time I'm in a room meeting with local leaders, I have to remind them this district is a lot more complex than our municipal districts. First, we have the highest percent of economically disadvantaged students in any urban district in Tennessee. Over half of our students are economically disadvantaged. They lack wealth, but they don't lack will, right? Now, here's what I need you to listen to and lean in as we share the why behind what we do on behalf of children and how our data compares to other districts across the state. Here's our spokesperson, Jerica Phillips. Play the video.
When we say literacy is life, here's what we mean. There's research that shows the impact of inadequate reading skills. Starting with struggling third graders, 1 in 4 children in America grow up without learning to read. This in turn leads to low self-esteem, behavioral issues, and grade retention. In high school, these students are 4 times more likely to drop out, a direct link to incarceration rates. These individuals are then 4 times more likely to be arrested. A pattern of arrest leads to difficulties in finding a job, and we know unemployment is a direct link to poverty. 50% of unemployed individuals ages 16 to 22 are not literate. Illiteracy permeates every aspect of our economy and community, and so we say, literacy is life. Let's talk about beating the odds. Poverty nor economic disadvantages have broken the will or the spirit of students in Shelby County schools. The reality is, when we disaggregate English language arts or ELA achievement by population, our students score higher than some of our neighbors in Middle Tennessee in every special population and race except one. We outscore some of our Middle and East Tennessee neighbors for Black student ELA achievement, and we outscore every urban district in Tennessee and exceed the state average for white student ELA achievement. In math, again, our students are performing stronger than some of our Middle Tennessee neighbors in every special population and race but one. Our Black, Hispanic, English language learners, and students with disabilities are scoring better than some districts in Middle and East Tennessee, and our economically disadvantaged students are also outscoring these districts. Seeing this data, we challenge you to stop and consider every perception you've had or heard about our school district. Do we have work to do? Absolutely. That's why we're reimagining 901. But if you bought into the disparaging talking points about Shelby County schools, take a hard look at the data. Every district in this state is climbing a hill where achievement gaps persist. Ours just happens to be a big one. Look at what we're doing for our Black and Brown and low socioeconomic students in advanced placement achievement. Latinx and African American students improved over the past 3 years by 8 and 5 percentage points, respectively, and our economically disadvantaged students in advanced placement increased their pass rates by 5 percentage points last year. Look at how we're preparing our students to be ready for kindergarten. This year's kindergartners who previously attended SCS Pre-K met kindergarten readiness benchmarks for reading in the fall at a significantly higher rate than kindergartners who did not attend SCS Pre-K. And finally, as you can see, many of our students are graduating with professional certifications, from just 140 to over 2,000 in the last 2 years. And look at how many more students are participating in dual enrollment and dual credit. We've doubled the percentage of students in those courses in just a year. So again, we say, many of our students may lack wealth, but not will. Literacy is life.
Literacy is life. I want to thank our newest colleague. We stole her from the state of Tennessee. I kept hearing the governor talk about this young lady. I said, we need to get on our team. She's the former deputy commissioner of education at the state. Now she's our chief innovations officer. Amethyst Schuyler, please stand up, Miss Schuyler. Before leaving today, each of you will walk away with a comprehensive book with all the data that Jerica just presented, right? And I want you to get that. And I want you to get that as of today. We're going to speak life to our children. Faith must be in what you say. Do you not agree? We're going to speak life to our children. So let's get into this REIMAGINE 901 work. So this picture is very special to me. Let me tell you why it's special. You see Superintendent Hobson, the former superintendent, and myself. Superintendent Hobson presented what is called the footprint proposal. It was a proposal based on closing some schools. And I never, board members and the superintendent that night, right? I was listening carefully. And the school board said, wait a minute. We need to see some strategic academic plans. This is a plan of bricks and mortars. Superintendent Hobson presented this plan one night. Y'all see that big hug? The next night, I became superintendent. I said, thank you for the parting gift, Superintendent Hobson. I appreciate you. But we don't see this, or we didn't view this plan as a liability. We viewed this plan as an opportunity. But also, as a leader, I had to listen to our school board and develop our own guiding principles going forward. Out with the old, in with the new. But we wanted to listen to our community. So I want to thank Drs. Barker and Whitelaw because they traveled all over this community, listening, learning, talking to our community stakeholders, talking to our teachers, talking to our students. This plan is grounded in student achievement and embracing the essence and the values and beliefs of the 901. And also it speaks to continuous improvement. This is an ongoing process. This is ongoing. And it's about commitment. It's about respect. And you have to have effective communication and transparency. That's why we don't hide from the data. We are the only school district who presents their data publicly at our school board meetings. We talk about it. We don't hide it because we want to get better. But also this plan is about the collective action of all stakeholders and garnering their input. So we had to have some guiding principles. But also with this, I remember being in this leadership program with Partners in Public Education. Dr. Ada Jane Walters, which was a former commissioner of education, was over this program and one of my mentors. And we had to come up with a mantra. And I remember coming up with dream, stand, believe, and achieve. And she looked at it and she said, Joris, I love the mantra. And this is how she talked. But baby, we do everything with courage. That's where with courage came from. Dr. Ada Jane Walters, God rest her soul. One of my biggest supporters and mentors. But what she was telling me is no different than what my father told me when I was young. I'm the youngest of 7 children. My parents didn't graduate from high school, but they wanted something more for all the children. They taught us to dream big. And that's what we're going to do for Shelby County Schools. Dream big for our children. That's why we are reimagining 901. Now, also what my father talked about is everything is in the name. Now, if you look for me today to mention any schools by name, you're going to be very disappointed. We have a series of presentations next week that we're going to get to talk about the details of what we're planning for particular schools and parts of towns. This is not easy work, guys, but it's urgent work if we are serious about maximizing our resources to create the best options for students. We want what's best for all of our students, and all means all. So, with that being said, we wanted to talk to to some students to get student voice. And let's hear what our students have to say about reimagining 901.
I don't know. And my school will be a talent school. It'll have a 5-story building, and the school will be about gaming.
The all sports school, you gonna learn about like how sports started.
Money management or financial advising.
My school is gonna be like a college, but a boot camp at the same time. So you can get a scholarship, but you're gonna have to work for it.
If you're going to Japan, Korea, places like that, you would learn the proper way to say things. Do a lot of with my mask on though because of the corona this year. You would have a Starbucks, all fast food places. Probably even have our own 5-star chef.
Hall of Fame class where you learn about all the Hall of Famers. It's not gonna be any AC in the school. I'm just saying that like right there and there.
We will leave at 3 o'clock and we would come at 4 o'clock.
Once you get out into the real world and you make money and you don't know how to handle that money or manage your time along with it, you're just gonna lose that money.
Because my mom's gonna be the teacher, so it's gonna be a long day.
So I had a very interesting time with our students, right? But our students are dreamers and they have quite the imagination. Don't you think so? Right? And so one thing about dreaming, Ms. Love, I have to say this. Ms. Love teased me about my weight. She was like, Superintendent, you just... Last year at the State of the Dish, she said, boy, that button is about to pop off and hit me in the eye. They had memes about the button on Facebook. But look at me now. I'm 30 pounds. My button is not popping off. That's what your school board do for you, right? But we're going to continue to dream big. Before I go further into the presentation, let's reimagine the heart and soul of Shelby County Schools, regardless of the communities or neighborhoods. When you tell people where you're from and where you live, what do you say? I want to hear you. What do you say? When we merged Legacy Memphis City Schools with Shelby County Schools, we naturally adopted the Shelby County Schools name and logo because they represent the entirety of our landscape across the county. What we do know is over 80% of the children reside in Memphis. We want to reimagine how we represent those families. Take a look. Look at these proposals for our new name. Memphis-Shelby County Schools. You like that? Memphis-Shelby County Schools. Because where we go, all around when I speak, what they say is, Shelby County Schools, where is that? Is that Shelby County, Indiana? Shelby County, Alabama? Shelby County, Kentucky? No, sir. Memphis, Shelby County Schools. So again, this is a proposal. This is not official. But this is how we are reimagining our district. It's all in a name. My dad said, boy, your name means something. So that's why we're going to be Memphis Shelby County Schools. All right? Let's think about that. Today we're presenting an overview so that you'll see our entire plan for what it is. And it's an effort at reimagining the what and the how we do things in Memphis Shelby County Schools. Here are the highlights as we reimagine education. Let's talk about some district-wide highlights. Innovative and transformational programs designed by the school community. You're going to help us do this. Provide a device for every student and teacher with digital pedagogy and PD. Expanding or creating new choice programs in every middle and high school. You hear that? All means all right? Creating signature partnerships, and I know my team from CCTE is here. I know Phil Dotson head the signature partnerships along with Dr. Lori Phillips with FACE to ensure that students have the opportunity to participate in job-embedded learning. And we're going to develop a new Teachers Academy. Let me tell you why. We need teachers. And we're going to start right here in Memphis-Shelby County Schools producing our own. Also, when you visit different countries, what you find is this. Most of the people there are bilingual. We're going to offer dual language and bilingual programs for all students, pre-K through 12. And when you graduate from Shelby County Schools, we want you bilingual. Y'all too quiet on me, folks. Faith must be in what you say. We are reimagining 901 today, guys. Now look at what we've already started. We've already started the FedEx Logistics Academy. And I want to thank my good friend Richard Smith for believing in this. When I first became superintendent and went to talk to that team at FedEx, they offer internships for our students and paid, Uncle Jack, they paid for college for these students. We're doing that now. Our East T-STEM, award-winning. Where's Miss Lisha Brooks here? We're doing some creative and innovative things there. And we just opened, or we'll open in the fall, our new medical district high school at Southwest Tennessee Community College. Now let's talk about reimagining education at the elementary level. We're going to reduce teacher-student ratios in K2 from 1 to 25 to 1 to 13. You know what? We're going to reduce class size. Because you know why? Our teachers in K2 need the support. And it's always been my goal. Some of the ancillary duties, Ms. Cook, you know about this, that teachers have to do, like taking students to the bathroom, taking them to lunch, handling some discipline problems. We want our teachers to just do what? Teach. We want them to do what? Teach. See, I've been behind those four walls with students. I understand, and I know the plight of our teachers. This 1 to 13 ratio is a game changer, but, Commissioner Whaley, they're gonna be strategic people with our teachers to help our teachers, help our students learn to do what? Read. Next thing. We want to offer pre-K for all 4-year-old students, regardless of the economic status. All students in Shelby County, Memphis-Shelby County schools need pre-K, all 4-year-old students. We're going to increase our honors courses, coding, and robotics activities in elementary school. It starts when they're young, guys. It pays dividends when they're older. But we can't do this without keeping students engaged. We got to keep our students engaged. We're going to create a theater and learning arts programs for our students in every elementary school, right? And we got to expand, Board Member Harris, our outdoor learning spaces for our children. Ms. McKissick, you want them to go outside, but when they go outside, they're going to go outside to learn. Right? We're going to marry the two. because we're going to teach our children how to read. Guys, this is what we're going to do to learn to give back. But also, we have to develop emotional intelligence for our children. Emotional intelligence starting elementary school. Doing the right thing, making the right choices, and supporting them, right? Let's talk about middle schools. In middle school, this is what we're gonna do. Increase the number of honors, coding, and science, technology, and engineering classes, STEM classes in middle school. Guys, that's huge. We're gonna implement social action programs, including leadership, conservation, and international studies, right? My son would call it being woke, whatever that means, right? We want our students woke. You know about that, Ms. Harris? So let me say, we want our students to learn to not only lead in the right way and become activists. To become activists. All right? Visual and performing arts in all of our middle schools. Here again, we got to keep students connected to school and develop emotional intelligence, but also not only that, because middle school kids, I'm a middle school person. And I want to thank Mr. McCullough. Let me say this. Mr. McCullough's back there. Mr. McCullough was principal of Kirby Middle at the time. And Mr. McCullough saw a young man that he took a chance on, a young man about 24, 25 years old, and made him an assistant principal. Mr. McCullough, I wouldn't be here today without you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I never forget you. Always my boss. And middle school students, they come in one day, they're babies, next day they're grown-ups, right? But we're gonna help around emotional intelligence, but also create service learning projects at the middle school level. Service over self, right? And also, we're gonna create new K-8 schools because we wanna minimize students' transitions. We want them with us K-8. So you're gonna hear many of the K-8 schools that we're gonna create. And we're gonna create 6th grade transition academies. That includes support from counselors to begin career exploration in 6th grade. So our CCT industry, they base everything around certifications and apprenticeships. We want to start that in middle school. Start young, focusing on their careers. Let's talk about high school some. And guys, we have to reimagine our high schools, right? We want to increase the number of students prepared to complete in a global economy. One thing we're going to do is we're going to explore later school start times for high schools. Let me tell you why. The research speaks to that. Going to school at 7:15 for high school students is impacting our attendance. Not only that, it's impacted them in ways that we can't even describe. So we want to explore a later start time. Also, when I say all means all, we're going to expand the access for all students to take high quality advanced placement courses. We want to give students the opportunity. Now let me say this. What we want to do, we're going to be very prescriptive at the district level. And sometimes you got to give students that boost and parents that boost. If you score high enough, you need to be in the AP class. But you know what, guys? This is how I truly feel. If a parent wants their child to take a class of rigor, who am I to stop them? Let's put them in an AP class. Let's give them an opportunity to achieve, right? That's how we change the trajectory. That's how we have to reimagine 9-on-1, right? So we're establishing a world-renowned agri-STEM high school. Everybody's like, what? Dr. A world-renowned agri-STEM high school. Guys, it's huge. You're going to hear more about that. We're going to, again, expand our theater and visual performing arts programs in all of our high schools. Also, developing emotional intelligence. Guys, you see, I keep going back to that. Social emotional learning is so important, right? We got to ensure that all of our high school students, by the time they leave us, they're transitioning into a world like no other. And they need to be prepared, right? Not only that, what we have to do, by the time you graduate, it is my expectation for all high school students, in order to graduate from Shelby County Schools, you must have a minimum of 24 hours community service to graduate from Shelby County, Memphis-Shelby County Schools. So, Dr. Ray, how you and the school board gonna monitor this? So let's talk about it. We have to monitor progress over time as we reimagine education, and our team is tracking these measures of success and criteria at each grade level. But to do this, and you can see the way we're measuring there, we must reimagine our central office. Our central office must be a collaborative service center that supports schools. Hello, we're gonna support schools. That's why we're here. But not only support schools, but we have to support our families. We have to build upon a culture of respect and positivity. So we must have a respectful and positive culture and climate, starting with the school board and the superintendent, cabinet members. It should permeate throughout the organization, from our principals to our teachers to our students. Respectful and positive culture and climate. You know, I hear folks say all the time, superintendent, y'all got too many people in central office. Central office probably makes up less than 2 to 3% of the budget. But the board is always challenging us. So we must get lean to put the money back into our schools. So if you look at the number of cuts we've made over the last few years at central office, and including this budget year, you can see we've cut almost $63 million, Commissioner Whaley, right out of our central office and put that back into our schools. We have to be lean and mean to get this job done, because it's some things I want to do. It's some things I want to do. All right? Let's talk about the Memphis-Shelby County Schools way. We must lead with compassion, servant leadership, accountability, exquisite execution, and respect. This will be, going forward, the Memphis-Shelby County Schools way. Now, let me say this. None of this will be possible without our angels. That's our teachers, right? That's why we made the tough cuts at the district level. Teaching is the most noble profession known to man. I'm a superintendent, but I am a teacher first, right? I'm committed to reimagining our teacher compensation. Although we already pay our teachers above the state minimum, we want to have the highest paid teachers in Tennessee. I can't hear you. Our teachers need to be compensated well. And I'm committed as superintendent to doing that. I want to ensure that our teachers are the highest paid, with the starting salary of $45,965, moving it from $43,000. I was appalled when I found out we were middle of the road as far as teacher pay. But I need the support. In order to make this a reality, I need the community's support. So over the last few days, my team and I visited both mayors, the city council, and the county commission. And we spoke to many of them. We need the support to invest in our teachers. We need the support to be able to sustain this compensation model. Because I truly believe our teachers are the cornerstone. They're the cornerstone of this school district. And every time I go and I talk to people and they bring up virtual learning, it's never absent of, man, I know how the teachers feel now. So guys, you know what? Community, parents, clergymen, county leaders, city leaders. Let's support our teachers. Do you not agree? Let's support our teachers in this compensation model. This is how we're going to reimagine 901. It's going to be with our teachers locking arms with us. And we need everybody to stand with us while we do it. Now, let's say this. The space that our students learn in is just as important as the what and the how they learn. We have some work to do in facilities, guys. We must build new structures and combine some schools to create 21st century spaces. You may remember in last year's State of the District address, we shared highlights about West Haven Elementary and Parkway Village Elementary. West Haven Elementary, it's our symbol of unity of three communities by combining West Haven, Fairleigh, and Rains Haven into one school. Parkway Village became the district's first ever 21st century schools, thanks to the advocacy of board member Ms. Bibbs. It embodies critical thinking, creativity, and innovative instruction that support college and career readiness in a collaborative and flexible environment. Although faced with many construction setbacks because of COVID, today we're proud to showcase the district's newest 21st century school at Alsea Elementary. Let's take a look.
So the school was first established in 1965. At that time, the school was just a basic, standard school with classrooms. The capacity was 450 students at the time. At any school that's been torn down, the community, the ones who have already went to the school before, the ones who grandkids have went to the school, they definitely had some, they raised a fight. They had some strong concerns because of like, why are you taking this school out of our neighborhood?
You know, it is always frustrating when you hear about a change that's happening, but I say, you know, stay the course, because the reality of it is the changes that we're making is for the betterment of community and for the betterment of our families.
As far as the community was concerned, that this would be a better place for all our children. And we are so grateful to everyone that helped to save Alcee School.
So what 21st Century does, it takes learning all over the building. No longer will kids be bound to being in a desk. No longer will kids be bound to sitting inside the classroom. They can learn independently outside the classroom in the think tank pods. They also can learn in the amphitheater.
Look around you. This is truly what Reimagining 901 is about. As a community, we're stronger together. Coronavirus will not and did not defeat us, because we're 901. It's a beautiful school. What a beautiful school. In a state-of-the-art building. And we're going to do that for all students as we reimagine 901. Improvements in learning conditions from strategic combinations, state-of-the-art buildings and school additions, renovations to JB, and some of the deferred maintenance of our schools. Guys, that's huge. Repairs and upgrades, HVACs, roofs, floors, bathrooms. I can go on and on and on as we reimagine 901. All right? Now, here's where we all play a more significant role reimagining communities. Buildings and enhancing strategic partnerships focus on our students. We must develop stronger relationships with the Chamber of Commerce to improve workforce development. A tighter alignment with our business community is a must if we're going to create a better 901 for all of us, and it is our intent to stay locked in step with the workforce needs of our area. So in the next few weeks, we're going to approach a handful of local CEOs and small, medium, and large corporations to create a Superintendent CEO Advisory Council. This group will serve as a thought partner to advise myself and the executive team on just what Memphis needs. Because we are a billion-dollar organization governed by a great school board, but we want to have an economic impact in this community. That's important, right? So, with that being said, it's about improving adult literacy to support families. That's what it's about. We got to bring our families along with us, all right? Not only that, we have to create schools as community hubs. Must be community hubs. We're stronger together. Today, we're excited to propose the creation of the AgriSTEM program that will serve students from several counties, providing an exemplar choice for our rural areas. That's how we work together, developing world-class education across several counties. In Memphis-Shelby County schools, we're gonna lead the way. Do I have some believers in here today? Y'all getting quiet on me. I'm about to wrap up, but when I talk about Memphis-Shelby County schools, guys, I get excited because I know there's better days ahead, and I need you in this work with me, all right? So reimagine communities and economic impact. Let's talk about Shelby County schools, because guys, let me tell you this, we're not some mom and pop shop. Let me say it again. We're not some mom and pop shop. I see my friend Cato back there. We're not some mom and pop shop. That's the first thing he told me when I sat down with him. We're a billion-dollar organization, right? As we reimagine education over the next few years, Shelby County schools will not only lift academic achievement, but also reduce unemployment. The district is creating 960 new school-based positions. 960, right? That's gonna have a major impact on Memphis and Shelby County. The district capital improvement projects will increase the economic spend in the community. Guys, that's huge. That goes back to our schools. New school construction and additions will also decrease blight and improve community beautification. Right? We're stronger together. So as Dr. Tutwiler and Mr. Mosley and Mr. Warren and Mr. Reedus and Miss Castellano all told us, we must do better to prepare our students for global, world-class education because society is waiting for them after high school. Now let's talk about these ESSER dollars, and I'm wrapping up. We're blessed, extremely blessed, that this work now has a funding source. And these are dollars, and let me tell you about ESSER. It's provided through the U.S. government through the stimulus packages known as ESSER funding. Shelby County Schools has allocated millions of dollars, and we've been allocating millions of dollars in the 3 stimulus bills, about 20%, which goes to our charter schools off the top. Charter schools, 20%. Now let me say, I'm a portfolio superintendent, right? Whether you traditional, charter, contract, I'm the superintendent. But I have to explain where the money, I want to say where the money resides so bad, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. But the charter schools get their money, and it's a lot of money, and I've challenged the best CFO in the nation. What's Tony Williams? Tony Williams, stand up, Tony. Chief Financial Officer. This is a young girl, man, I'm talking about, and the board can remember we had some tough times back in 2019, 2020. Truth be told. And Tony has been a heaven sent. So Tony, thank you so much. But not only that, her team has the task of keeping track of every penny of these dollars. We have this one moment in time to do more for our students. But let's not confuse more with equal. We cannot buy our way out of 30 years of generational poverty, persistent achievement gaps, and a lack of access to pre-K with millions of dollars. We cannot pretend that one-time funding, let me say it again, we can't pretend that one-time funding washes away historic underfunding of public schools. Let me say that again. Let me say that again. One-time funding does not somehow make children who are trying to climb their way out of generational poverty whole. They're not whole until they can read as well as their peers, right? They're not whole until their parents can earn a living wage. They're not whole until they have well-trained, well-paid teachers for them every single day. I need some believers in here who believe in the Memphis-Shelby County Schools way. So let's not get fooled by these dollars. They're not whole until the Memphis-Shelby County community comes together and say, our children, our community must be whole. They must be a priority. So, as I leave today, who gonna reimagine education with me? I can only imagine If we come together as a city and county to wrap our arms around our children, we're going to have beautiful buildings. We're going to have children that can read. We're going to offer a world-class education. We're going to give our teachers the best and compensate them well. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Memphis-Shelby County School as the best school district in the nation? Guys, we're stronger together, and we're going to do this work. Do you believe it? Do I have some change champions in here? I need some change champions who believe in our students, who will not give up. I need you in this work. I need you in this work today. I can only imagine. Can you imagine with me? We are 901. We are Memphis-Shelby County School. God bless you, and God bless Memphis-Shelby County School.
I could only imagine.
Superintendent Ray, just 1 second. Friends, if you could just bear with us for 1 second. We have a very, very, very important announcement to make. Would our friends from the YMCA and Mr. Cato Johnson please come forward at this time?
One thing I have learned being in corporate America, to be quick. So we're going to be quick. Last week, my good friend Dr. Ray was with me when they named the new YMCA that's being built, the state-of-the-art YMCA, after Georgette and Cato Johnson. And as you notice, I put my wife first. I've been married 45 years, so I know how this works. The Apostle Paul once said, he was talking to his young protege, Timothy. He told Timothy, he said, if you're going to preach the gospel in 2 Timothy, you got to preach it in season and out of season. You got to tell it to them whether they want to hear it or not. Today, I want to recognize my friend, one of the truly great leaders, and present him with an award that I was a former recipient of. The highest award that the YMCA has is called the Red Triangle Award. We are going to present that award to my good friend, the shining light, as Matthew said, Dr. Joris Ray. Because when I think of Dr. Ray, Matthew once said, let your light so shine that they may see your good work and thereby glorify your Father in heaven. He glorifies the Father, but he glorifies his district. And we're going to even take it a little farther. The YMCA, in the new YMCA that they're building, is going to have a state-of-the-art early learning center. And I'm glad to be standing here with my good friend, Chairman Bibbs. And Commissioner Evan was supposed to be here also with me, my other good friend. The new Early Learning Center will be the Dr. Joris M. Ray Early Learning Center. I feel the same way.
So let me say that I just want to thank the YMCA and you guys stepped up and helped us in a time of need. So thank you so much. Also, I want to say thank you to my good friend, Cato Johnson. Let's give it for Cato because you know, the Bible speaks of wise counsel. And, you know, along with my father and probably my brothers and sisters, Cato definitely
provides that wise counsel. And I just so appreciative of him. And not only that, you know, he tells it like it is. And you're talking about relationships. That's relationships. So Cato, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But also just our dynamic school board who's always in this work. So any kind of way, I would love for the school board to be represented with me. Oh, okay. Awesome. So the school board members, I mean, because, you know, they gave me this grand opportunity, and I just want to appreciate them. But also, I want to thank my team and cabinet. You guys are remarkable. 17, 18-hour days. I want to appreciate you and thank you so much for all that you do. Let's give it up for the cabinet. They do a magnificent job. But also the teachers, principals, you all are amazing. So before you leave, look at the boxes on your table. Take them with you. Unpack them. Go through them. And you will learn what reimagining is all about. So Cato, I just want to say thank you. So this will be inside of the Georgette and Cato Johnson YMCA, right? Oh man, what better honor that could be. Again, thank you all. Believe in Memphis-Shelby County Schools, because we are 901. Thank you so much.
So again, let's give that superintendent a round of applause before we depart again. Give him a big hand. Congratulations to Dr. Joris M. Early Learning Center, Reimagining 901. We want to thank everybody for coming out this evening. Those of you who are watching virtually, thank you so much for being there at your homes, at your workplace. Thank you for those who are here at the Memphis Hilton. Reimagining 901. Let's keep our thoughts and prayers with the district and our new proposal of Memphis-Shelby County Schools. Thank you to the voice of SCS. Thank you for those cabinet members. Thank you, Face, Dr. Phillips, and everyone involved, board members. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day and enjoy your weekend.
Hello, Shelby County Schools. I am voice of SCS student meteorologist Cameron Kirkendall. And introduce yourself, who I'm here with today.
Vince McCaskill, School Seed Foundation, President and CEO. Nice to see you, Cameron.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for stopping by here with us today. So I just want to ask you, how did you enjoy the presentation, and what do you think about the presentation as we envision education forward?
Well, this is a moment in time. Vision. This is a moment to change the trajectory for multi-generational families across Memphis-Shelby County. I think Dr. Ray presented the right body of work for such a time as this, related to our high schools, our middle schools, our elementary schools, even the 21st century schools that we're already seeing happening right now. So I really love reimagining 901 and actually seeing what's going to happen. The Word of God says the people without vision will perish. So I see the vision, now we can move into it.
Yes, sir, I agree wholeheartedly. Well, thank you so much for stopping by with us. Thank you to everyone who tuned in for our State of the District address. Until next time, I'm voice of SCS student meteorologist Cameron Kirkendall.
Great job. Haley Henderson, great job. Michael Bell, Penn School Seat, thank you, Mr. McCaskill. Andre Dean, my birthday guy.
This is Michael Bell, student reporter, coming to you live from the post student of the district address. I'm here with Miss Shalia, board member. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. We just came from the extraordinary district address by Superintendent Joris M, and it was such an extraordinary opportunity for us to learn about what he addressed today. What were your favorite parts about the address?
I think it was just the opportunity. I was a high school teacher, so when he got to the high school part about how we want to reimagine our teenagers from 9 through 12, that was my favorite part right there. And just the overall message about how it's going to take all of us together in the community. And I think that was good to say because we had county commissioners in the room, city councilmen, and other legislators as well. And it's really a charge for everyone to lock hands, lock arms, and to do this work together.
Thank you so much, Ms. Board Member Shalia. Have a great one. This is Michael Bell reporting.
I couldn't hear that well.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you so much. Stand right there. They're getting another person for you.
Good morning. I am Haley Henderson here at the District State of Address with Miss Matthews here. Miss Matthews, after hearing what Principal Superintendent Mr. Ray had to say, what do you believe in?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that with everything that Dr. Ray said today, I was just truly inspired as an educator, as a parent of a child in Shelby County Schools. It's just really exciting to see the way that the district is moving. And I can say that this is the first time in a long time that I have really felt excited about the different things that are coming for our children and our communities. I think it's just awesome.
When you say you're excited, what has you most excited?
So I think it is the push, one, for service before self. And I could talk about education and the 21st century schools, and all of those things are great for kids, but just teaching children about service before self. And I think that children will find that they receive so many blessings when they help and support others. It helps our community. It helps them grow as individuals. And when you're that good person inside, you can do all things. And so I think that that's where I really like to stick and stay with what he shared today.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Matthews. I'm Haley Henderson here at the District State of Address.